Good morning. Okay, I have an interesting game for us because, well, for two reasons. First of all, it's an idle clicker. And yes, I know, another idle clicker incremental progression game. I am addicted. What can I say? Sorry, they're going to feature in this channel, I think, a fair bit because I find them really, really enjoyable. So, setting that aside, the second point is that I'm always interested to come across these games at this kind of point in their development where they are, to a certain degree, a completed game. Here is a game you can play, but they are still very much in the development stages where there's still a lot of work to be done on them, and the developer is aware of that and acknowledges that and presents that. So as you can see here, the dev says this is a tech demo, so it's not really a finished game. It's a demonstration of the techniques. And there's a lot of features coming and graphics, and that was kind of my first reaction to this video was that there's not enough graphics, um, and we'll talk about that after. But we're just going to jump in, have a quick look at the gameplay. Let me close this tab and just check that this tab is being recorded. So yeah, so we give our business. Okay, let's talk about what this game is. It's Livestream Company Tycoon. So it's the idea is that you are a company that manages live streamers, and you're starting with a nobody in a kind of, I suppose, like a rented office or something like that, and you're going to build it up to a really big company with thousands of clients and all of that kind of business. The usual progression for these company sim incremental games, which I love. So let's give our company a name. Call it 4K. Start a business. Quickly turn the music off because YouTube, although I think it's Kevin MacLeod music from the credits, so it's probably fine, but also I don't actually like the music very much. So this is our UI. We have our resources at the top. We have various useful buttons, save, load, restart, the settings page with the music controls and things like that. Thank you for that. Me, it's always a big bugbear of mine. Achievements, gameplay, sort of statistics of the game you played so far, which are all zero because I haven't done anything yet. And the theme color change, which I absolutely love. I was very excited to find that. Very, very cool. So yeah, those are all the bits of information we have. This is our primary clicker button, which we make money, so we make $1 per click. And we want to get up to $10, which we'll get up to quickly, and then we can purchase our first sort of upgrade, which unlocks our passive income, which is the bit of these idle clicker games. I love sort of having a passive income and upgrading that. That's kind of my thing. I don't know if that's the same for everyone, but I like that. So we're writing offices. We're writing offices. Why can't I speak? We are writing offers automatically to potential streamers who want to work with our company. And then so that slowly increases, our money slowly comes in, and we can buy upgrades for our progression. And as we upgrade more things, we get a client's number, and sort of our clients go up and down, and we can start doing advertising and all of that kind of stuff. It's a standard incremental game progression ideas, which is fantastic. It's very, very satisfying to play through. And that is really all the gameplay that I'm going to show. So if you're just here to see the gameplay, thank you for watching. Please click like, please subscribe, and please leave comments, because all of those things are engagement with the video. Engagement is good for you because it trains YouTube into showing you the kind of videos you like to see, and the engagement is good for me because it boosts my video and hopefully gets me more subscribers and all of that jazz. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. Comment is the important one because I want to hear from you guys, because it's nice to hear from people. Right. So the gameplay aside, let's talk about the critique. And again, I'm talking from the context of this being a tech demo, and there's a lot of stuff still coming to it. But I wanted to talk about what kind of changes I would particularly like to see. The first is let's put some branding around the company name. Needs to give it like a box and some colors and things like that. Make it a bit more, because I've worked with quite a bit of sort of in-house company software, and a major part of it is that they tend to like putting company branding in the in-house software. So kind of make it look like that, make that a bit shinier. The second thing I'd like to see is obviously graphics, like in-game, it's a little sort of icon of an office and maybe pixel art of somebody working at it or whatever the dev has in mind. But the problem is this doesn't really feel like a game. It feels like a piece of actual management software, which I get is the theme, but people are here to play the game and to see the experience of running the company, not just using a piece of software. It feels like I'm trying to install the game rather than playing the game at the moment. So yeah, more gamification elements like animated graphics or pixel art graphics, or at least images and things like that blend in with the theming of it, but also kind of give the impression of a working office. I do like the sound in the background of the typing and things like that. Maybe that the sound needs to increase as we progress. You start getting sort of the sound of phones ringing and maybe people yelling in the background, because streamers tend to yell a lot. I don't know, something along those lines. I think these need to grow a bit more. These need to be a bit bigger, a bit more obvious, because this is the important bit that the player wants to see, is the income and the money. They're a little bit small and tucked away in the corner here. They should be a bit bigger. And I think as a primary clicker button, this needs to be bigger and more central and more colorful. I know, again, this is the theme of in-house software, but it needs to be more gamified as the thing that you click. Having said that, it's all about the progressives for me, so I don't know, but yeah, that's what I would have, is this button be more exciting buttony. That would make me want to click it more. And then I suppose the final critique element is some kind of storyline that runs through it, some kind of progression. Yes, this is a tech demo, but it's something that needs to be considered from the beginning. How are you going to tell a gameplay story? How much story are you going to tell? How much does it count? How do you get the player into the story without making the story lame? Because I have played games like this where there is a built-in story, and the story is very awkward and unwieldy. It feels tacked on from the side. It has very improbable progressive jumps because the dev has tried to get the next player interaction element in, but it's from the storyline perspective, it's a weird jump. So all of that kind of stuff needs to be included. And along those lines, I did have a point where I was playing through it, and I felt that the progression had stalled a bit. I had sort of three things that were multiple purchases, leveled things in front of me, and I was just me waiting for the money to go up and clicking, and just it felt grindy, and I wasn't sure if there was more game to come. So you might want to consider sort of showing things that are coming in the future, but like grayed out or progression towards them or something like that. I don't know, or just fill your progression with little things that don't really change the income or anything too much, but at least are something for the player to see that is there and save up for and click on, so that that progression continues being interactive. Because it felt like I'd lost that at one point. But yeah, again, trying to work within the context of this being a tech demo and a very much in a very early sort of, I suppose, alpha state, almost release. But yeah, that aside, I think this is a really, really good game. The link is in the description. Come and give it a bit of a play. Come and give the dev some feedback and some comments and things like that. And keep an eye out for what his full game is going to be like. Because I think it's going to be, very interesting, very fun to play. I'm definitely going to follow him and see what comes out. And thank you for watching. Leave your comments, and I will see you in the next video.